In today's video, I'll be doing the Brain Coral Challenge. The Brain Coral Challenge means that I cannot use anything else for any oxygen for any reason at all. The only things that I was allowed to get oxygen from would be brain coral and the surface. So, that means my entire trip down to the Lost River, Lava Zone, and anywhere else, I would need brain coral with me constantly, which was a very annoying task. It would take me a long time, but eventually, I would get used to it, and as well as that, make a friend along the way. Anyways, what better way to start the challenge than getting in my life pod, getting hit in the head, and having a butt on fire right away. But at least that all paid off, cause now I get to see the view of the aurora. It's gonna be a long day. Anyways, after receiving brain trauma and going straight into the ocean, I was ready to get as much resources as possible to get everything that I would need. As well as that, the plan that I had was to get to the Floating Island and get to the Legacy base as fast as possible so I can scan the exterior grow bed, because I needed the exterior grow bed in order to grow brain coral, so that way I was able to make deeper dives into the water and get more resources. And after scanning the grow bed and getting enough resources, I was finally able to put down a foundation and make an exterior grow bed on a part of the sparse reef. The sparse reef part was connected to the blood kelp, which would help me out in my endeavors and get me to the spots that I would need to go. Shortly after this, the aurora exploded, which meant I could now explore it fully, and as well as that, get the Neptune rocket blueprint that I would need. And as well as that, get some resources and some other things while there. But before any of that, I would decide to make a propulsion cannon because I wanted to test something out that I didn't know if it would work or not, but if it would mean that this challenge would take a weird turn. After getting home, I made a propulsion cannon and finally was ready to test something out that I didn't know if it would work or not, but it was worth a try. Oh yeah, it's big brain time. After making this discovery, I knew my job would be a lot easier from here. Of course, it'd be difficult still, but it'd be a lot easier. So, my main focus now was to get as much batteries as possible so that way the propulsion cannon can constantly keep carrying the brain coral. And as well as that, I had to make sure this brain coral wouldn't tip too much in the opposite direction, because if it did, the oxygen bubbles would go a weird way. I would also give this brain coral a name, and his name would be Companion Coral Carl. And now, taking Companion Coral Carl all the way to the dunes, so that way I was able to get the reinforced dive suit. The reinforced dive suit would help me out a lot in the lava zone, because I'd be taking way too much damage, and it would kill me very fast. So, that was my focus. After getting the reinforced dive suit, I decided to make it right away, and I would take me and my brain coral all the way down to the Blood Cup Trench. Now, the goal was the lava zone. I was sure we were going to get there. The only thing that worried me was the Ghost Leviathan and Sea Dragon, but I had faith that we would get there safely. Get in there. You still have the same water effects. And now, reaching the precursor base, I decided to turn on the portal, and as well as that, use my purple tablet to get the blue tablet, which I knew I would need later. And then after that, decided to go back and chill with my coral for a little bit. But then after that, decided to portal back out and get ready to make another blue tablet, which I knew I would need another one to get to the Sea Emperor, and finally beat the game. But of course, before I could beat the game, I actually needed to get there first, which means I needed to go back out into the lava and make another journey, all the way down to the research facility this time, which I really was wishing the sea dragons wouldn't bother me. And now I had reached the primary facility, using my first blue tablet to get inside and using my second blue tablet to reach the Sea Emperor. We were now very close to beating the game. One of the hardest parts about this challenge though was actually getting the resources, because I still would have to carry around a brain coral with me everywhere, including for the crystalline sulfur, kyanite, and as well as the ore that I would need to craft the boosters and fuel reserve. So it still took quite a while, even after beating the game. But eventually, I was able to get enough resources, and we were able to finally craft what we need. I would also then only once enter the Cyclops and only once exit the Cyclops, just so I can make the shield generator, just so I could beat the game. Which, I'm sure that's okay. Hopefully. But now after this, we got the shield generator, and I was able to make the cockpit for the final piece of the Neptune rocket. We are finally able to leave the planet. And of course, in honor for this challenge, I had to make it a brain coral rocket, meaning I would name it brain coral, and as well as that, give it the brain coral colors. I would also put a piece of our companion coral Carl inside of the time capsule, so that way his legacy can continue on, and someone else can have a companion coral Carl. And now we were ready for takeoff. We have finally beaten Subnautica using only brain coral. It was a really fun adventure. Okay, I'm leaving now. I'm tired of these big scary fish. I want to go home.